Welcome back. You're watching Business Morning on Channels Television. On the program, we've been looking at agriculture with particular emphasis on encouraging the value chain to spur growth. I've been having a conversation with the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Stevens Innovations Nigeria Limited. He's also the Chairman, Agri Group of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and Mr. Olatunde Jayola. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Giants Farm Limited. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sitting with me. So, Mr. Elliott, as we go closer home, let's talk about the solutions. We've talked about the challenges, and Mr. Jayola was very passionate about most of them. But let's talk about the solutions. What is the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry doing, for instance?
Right now, having looked at the structure, we've decided to put in place a structure that we believe, if is followed up actively and conscientiously, we may have the result. Now, in the chambers, we have tried to set up subsector groups of different farmers. We have the livestock, we have the crops. Incidentally, he's going to come in to assist us in that direction. We have processing as well. All of them going to operate with.
But what is this structuring expected to achieve?
Is to benefit from the structures of government that government has set up to support the value chain. This group will be interacting with the Federal Institute of Industrial Research, IITA, all of these institutions, and discuss what do we do to meet your, what I call conditions for enjoying your services. We want to, first of all, try to know what can we do, because if we keep saying we have problems, we need to know from them.
So that's why it seems that a lot of people have been saying that most of the producers, the processors, or the marketers probably know what they're doing, but the producers and processors do not totally understand why they are actually in that particular sector. And so they're the ones that are causing more harm than good.
How?
For products to be exported.
Now, the issue of exporting products, that's a different ballgame. For instance, we have Nigerian Export Promotion Council that encourages, farmers to export. But you see, you've got to engage these institutions, and that's what we want these subsectors to do. Sit down with them. What can we do? How do we meet that standard? Now, if we discuss that, and they give us the modus operandi of how we can achieve our goal, because you see, when government sets up institutions, they have the executives there who are primarily responsible for the day-to-day running of the system. So we need to sit down with them now, those experts. This is what we are doing. These are our challenges. This is where we are going. Now, all of these departments, we meet with all of these institutions and try to resolve that. Now, once that is resolved, and we're able to develop a blueprint of how our products can be, processed, what we need to pay to acquire a particular equipment, then we go to a bank and discuss with the bank that government has set up. For instance, these interventions are all domiciled in all of these banks. Bank of Industry, Bank of Agri. Then we get to meet with them and say, okay, we are poultry farmers. We have met with the institute responsible for it, and these are the guidelines. We are coming as member of LCCI. Already we have cooperative, because the principle is usually form a cooperative. We form that, then we move on to the bank, and then we discuss.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, through that process, because for me, it's a communication gap.
Okay. Mr. Jayola, so if that is now achieved, do you think that the farmers will be less antagonistic and more interested in seeing how they can grow their own aspect, their own part, or contribute more in ensuring that this whole process that we're trying to work towards becomes a win-win situation for all?
Well, you see, first and foremost, yes, it's true. But first, take one thing, like in the agricultural side now. Look at the tractor issue. In some local government, there is no tractor. What is the problem of government in buying tractor? A state government go and buying tractor. A federal government buying tractor.
Why can't private individuals do it?
Voila, it's not their problem. They have nothing to be doing. They're supposed to be occupy themselves in the bureaucratic aspect of it and leave the private sector to take care of the technical issue. And moreover, look at the tractor they brought. They are not working. They go and bring, even Ogun State, I was there. They brought one to Imeko, it's not even lasting 1 month. The federal government brought their own tractor. Look at it, it's decaying in Abuja there. So how do you want to encourage farmer? Where do you want to encourage farmer when there is no tractor, there is no bulldozer, there is no road, there is no electricity, there is no water? How do you want to encourage farmer? Everybody will be leaving village and come to the city.
So if that's the case, then everybody should leave the profession of, should leave farming as a profession.
No, it's our culture. Yeah. Look at one thing. That is what we don't really understand agriculture. I am passionate about agriculture because it's our culture. It's what we are living for. It's what we are dying for. But our people deviate from it.
Yeah, that's why the intervention of engaging the bureaucrats, the people who are there, becomes critical. We take, for instance, he has spoken about the middle people. We produce catfish. And I tell you, this middle, we call them cartel. They tell you what they are going to pay. They don't care about what we go through in producing, the fish and what have you. But the point, I think, because looking at the whole gamut of the problems we have analyzed, there is need for intervention. Government has intervened by setting up all the institutions. They have put money in the bank. At advocacy level now, setting up the experts, like he is into crops now. If he's in that group, discussing with whoever is in charge of support for, production of cassava, an institution for that, he can analyze and itemize all these challenges. And then we will then from there, the hierarchy of LCCI at the top level will be seated. And what we will expect them to say, look at the challenges. How do we solve? If the hierarchy of LCCI needs to engage the minister, the hierarchy will, because that's the only way to really move on now.
Okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for...
Can I come in? Okay, it's just about this in the Southwest, when we are talking about water aspect, that is farming, watering, and all those things. In the Southwest, we need irrigation. Normally in the Southwest, we don't need irrigation. What we need is well. We need a rig that will be bringing out wells into each farmers. This is where government can intervene and subsidize that. They subsidize it. That if they want to help us, we have ways of telling them the way how to help us. Those are not, okay, look at the drying CC farmer. The money they put in the drying CC farmer is not for the Southwest. It's in the northern side of it. But the Southwest are lacking because we don't have all these wells in the Southwest. Because we are all rain-fed farmer.
Oh, well. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing your thoughts with us on the program. And at least from the conversation, we've realized that we need to, the ministry, the government that is, and private individuals as well, needs to regulate price control and eliminate middlemen. At least that's for the government. But thank you so much, Mr. Jayelo and Mr. Elliott, for coming on the program. We've been taking a look at agriculture and encouraging the value chain to spur growth, and there is need to regulate the price control and eliminate middlemen to ensure that this very key aspect of the industry begins to take its pride of place. I've been speaking with Ajola Elliott, who's the chairman Agri Group of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry and managing director of CEO Stevens Innovations Nigeria Limited, and Olatunde Jayola, he's the chief executive officer Jais Farm Limited. But that's the program for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Harriet Agbenyi. Bye-bye.